Alright, welcome to the channel. It's been a long time since I've uploaded a video. Just had a lot going on. Anyways, let's jump right into it. Over the last 14 years on YouTube, uploading camping videos and overnight videos, I've had a lot of people contact me who are camping for the first time, and they always ask me, how do you get over the fear of being alone up in the mountains, in the woods, especially in the dark? And honestly, I can't really answer that. I think it's different for everybody. Just depends on a whole lot of things. One thing that will help, though, is controlling the fear of the unknown. And as far as that goes, that basically means good lighting. If you have good lighting, you can light your camp up well. You've got a good, strong flashlight so you can identify potential things, that dark shape over there. It's not a bear or whatever. It's just a stump. That really is going to set your mind at ease, in my opinion. It's also good in an emergency to have good lighting so you can properly deal with situations and that sort of thing. Alright, so that's kind of the theme of today's video. Now, about a year ago, I purchased this light. This is the KLARUS CL3. Now, I bought this because I wanted a small, packable light that I could take out truck camping or tent camping, and I wanted specifically one that had this kind of anti-bug amber mode to it, and this does. So I will say straight to the point that compared to a white light, this is probably 60 to 70% less interesting to bugs. Alright, so it did help quite a bit. Is it perfect? No. Anyways, this light has 4 modes. It's got the amber mode for bug. It's got a low mode, a high mode, and then this kind of a sleep function. I think they call it, I don't know, I'll annotate it. What it does is it slowly pulsates, and it runs for about 20 minutes and then it shuts off. And it's supposed to relax you and help you get to sleep. Now, I tried this once. I hung it up outside my tent and just let it go. And it's kind of got that background warm fireplace glow. It's pretty nice. Some people probably like it better than others. Myself personally, when it's bedtime, I cut the lights, roll over, and go to sleep. But anyway, so 4 modes, and then it also has a magnet at the top. It's got this carabiner clip. It's got this little protective cage around the light, and it's got a 1/4-20 little insert so that you can thread this onto a camera tripod, which is another reason why I bought this. What I like to do is thread this onto my tripod and then set it kind of at the outskirts of camp to just generally illuminate camp and make it easier to walk around, getting tools, setting up fire, filming, that sort of thing. So this is a great light. It gets relatively good runtime, and I've had no issues with it. It's simple. There's 4 settings. It's just 4 clicks on the button. It's got an LED indicator to tell you what the state of charge is, and generally it lasts pretty long in the low setting. If it's really cold out, you're going to get less runtime. So yeah, that's about all I've got to say about this. I really like the light. It's good form factor. That's about it. It's a great little light. I will leave a link in the description. Now, the interesting thing is, right after I purchased that, maybe 2-3 months after I purchased that light, KLARUS actually reached out to me and offered to send me a light to review. And because I already had one of their products and I was looking at purchasing this particular model, I agreed. So this is the CL2, and this is a power bank. So this is the 10,000 milliamp hour. There is a larger one. I'll leave a link in the description so you can look at all the specifications and details. I don't really want to go into the specs because those can change over time. I want to talk about, I think it's more important to give you my experiences with it. So this has actually been a very good light too. I've had 3 power outages since I got this last year, and I want to say thank you to KLARUS for being patient with me and letting me get some B-roll, which you'll see here. I've had 3 power outages since last year, and this was really nice to have at the house. I've also taken this on multiple trips, camping trips in the winter and in the summer. late part of the summer, I've had no issues with it. Now, the battery life does reduce somewhat in very cold temperatures, so you can look that up in the literature, and you'll see that. If you're familiar with lithium power, you know, that's nothing new. In any case, this has quite a few different functions. So on the main light here, we've got 4 settings. We've got a low, a medium, a high, which is quite bright, and that's all in a warm tone, and then you have a high in a cool tone. And then with a double press, you get a flashlight, and another press gets you a emergency beacon. Okay? Now, if you hold the button down, you'll also get a red light. And another press on that gives you a flashing strobe type deal. And in low light, if you set this down, like if your vehicle were to break down on the side of the road or something, this actually puts off a really good strobe effect. So that's pretty handy. You can also set it down to kind of strobe upwards. Any number of uses for that. You have this silicone loop here to hang it, which I do like, because if it's on the inside of a tent or whatever, sometimes those can rattle if you're on a metal hook, and this is quiet because it's a silicone loop. So you've got your 1/4-20 fixture here, so you can mount this on a camera tripod, but I found that's not as useful because it points the light up. However, you can tilt your tripod head down and cast light onto what you're doing, which I have done and filmed, used it for filming, for backlighting, especially at night, that sort of thing. Also comes in very handy for vehicle repairs. You know, if you own a Jeep. Oh, I should probably cut that out. So that's about all I've got on this. It's worked very well. I've had 0 issues with it. Maybe 2 small complaints is that because this has so many features and it only uses 1 button, sometimes you can get lost in the pressing until you really get familiar with the modes. The other thing is, I really wish that they would swap where the stud mount and the flashlight are. Maybe that's not possible, but myself personally, I would rather have the stud mount here so that I can set this up really high on my tripod to cast the light down into my camp. Now, you can hang it, but some of the places I go, there's no trees. So the tripod is basically the tallest point. And I've been known to actually set my tripod on top of my vehicle and set this up to give a massive floodlight for the whole camp. So, anyways, that's about it. Not really a lot of bad things to say. I've had these for quite a while. I've used them in extreme temperatures, and I'm really happy with them. So I want to thank KLARUS for sending me this light and for making a quality product. That's about all I've got to say. I want to keep this short. I will leave links in the descriptions for these items so that you can look at the specifications and the different, like I said, with this one, there are several different versions of it, at least 2 that I know of, this one, and then I think there's a Pro. The only thing I did not try on this, to be clear, is the charging function for the power bank. I just haven't ever needed it, but it is there. I tried it enough. I hooked my phone up to it to know that it works. It will charge your phone. So back to the emergency use thing, this will work for lighting and to charge your phone up if you need to contact somebody in an emergency. Alright, that's about all I've got. If you've got questions or comments, leave them down in the description box below. I try to get back to as many of those as possible. And I appreciate everybody's patience. Just had a lot going on and haven't been able to put a lot of videos out. In fact, I haven't been out camping or any kind of outdoor stuff in quite a while. But I'm hoping I'm on the far side of that. So I hope to see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.